You always do that. I've never seen you do that before. All the time. That's right, you do this all the time. In this video, folks, we are exploring toxic words. You want to set somebody off and act like you don't understand them, or you don't get them, or you don't care? Try it. Tell somebody. The next time you're having a conversation with someone, lash out with a, you always do that. You never do that. You say that, you do that all the time. Try it out. See how that goes for you. When you look at what triggers people, toxic words, they're also known as cognitive distortions. We do these inside of our own head. We tell ourselves stories that aren't true. Eric, you always get stopped at this traffic light. You never get through this intersection without getting stopped. Simply not true. I've tested it. I got stopped going to Starbucks a couple weeks ago. And I said that to myself. You always, now I have to admit, I was a bit under-caffeinated. You always get stopped here, as I took a firm grip on the steering wheel. And then I said, I think that's a lie. I think I'm lying to myself. Let's find out. Yesterday, so in that moment, I thought back to the day before. Yes, I did get stopped here. What about the day before that? Yes, I did get stopped at this traffic light. What about the day before? No, I didn't. So it's not always, as in 100% of the times, you get stopped at this traffic light. So it was a lie that I'm telling myself. And guess what? Other people, when we say to them, you always do that, you always say that, you never do what you say you're going to do, inside their head, they're thinking, they're lying. That's a lie. That's not true. And you know what they do? They think back and they say, you know what? 3 days ago, you say I never do the dishes. 3 days ago, I did the dishes. I did them, I rinsed them, I put them in the dishwasher, I ran the dishwasher, I came back when it beeped and I put them away. So you're lying. Guess what? All of this is not tailoring your communication. It's not making for a meaningful conversation. It's making for a spirited debate, or what might be a UFC tap-out death match, a war of words. When simply, and I do mean simply, you could say sometimes or at times, I've noticed you doing this. Or how about right now, I'm noticing you doing this. Or instead of every time or all the time, in some cases, or multiple times throughout the week, you neglect to do the dishes. So right away, if my wife says to me, Eric, you always, first of all, I take a deep breath, because I can't control third parties. We humans shouldn't be trying to control other people, other humans, because that's just going to end in a horrible big hot mess of awful. But when she says that, even though I've expressed that that is a toxic word or a cognitive distortion, she still does it from time to time. Eric, you always. I take a deep breath. I realize that all I can do is control my response, and I can make that response something that will cause her to change her approach. So when she walks up to me and says, Eric, you always, I say, always? Always. And she goes, okay, no, not 100% of the time, but you do a heck of a lot. All of a sudden, I don't know about you, but something I do a heck of a lot might need to be discussed. Maybe I need to know what I'm doing or not doing a heck of a lot of the time. So if you're in control of communication, which, wait a minute, we are in control of our communication, be mindful of words like always, never, all the time, nothing, everything. Those are toxic words, and they will trigger the person that you're communicating with. And then have at the ready some responses, not reactions, some responses when people do this to you. And it's simple as stating back to them the toxic word that they've used. Eric, you always. Always? Eric, you never. Never? And use your body language with it. Come back with a inquisitive or curious, possibly even a perplexed tone. Your facial expression will match. It is confusion. Always? Never? Try that the next time someone approaches with a cognitive distortion. And oh, by the way, to practice you not doing that to someone, start with yourself. The next time you're driving around or going somewhere or something happens or the printer gets stuck, every time I print something, the paper always gets stuck. Challenge that just inside your own head. Every time, always, start thinking about the last time something just printed right out, no hassle, no problems. And you'll quickly realize that that is a cognitive distortion. It is a toxic thinking and word pattern that we use. So until next time, folks, take care of yourself so you can take care of each other, and I'll see you in the next video.